Here we are back for War 11, Season 22. One more after this. But can't overlook the one we're currently on. So, first, Section 1, I got Path 9, the Hazard Shift. You've seen it before. You see it again. Aarkus on Node 9. Use Captain Marvel movie for this one. She's quicker and doesn't use as many potions as Rulk. Although you can kind of do either one of them, really. There's really not too much to this fight. Get to binary, get to an SP2, and then by that time you should about have him dead. I didn't even get to an SP2 this time. Just getting to binary was enough. So now I got to switch my mastery because I have node 18 yet, which is void. I maybe could have left the full suicides on. I don't know. It's something I need to test in the off season. But it's just safer not to, because if you do slip up, then you don't want a bleed debuff on you, giving void even more debuffs on you to do his void degen that he does. And spoiler, you'll see I slip up pretty badly too. So it gets dicey. So I'm trying to speed through this mastery swap. If you were kind of wondering what I run for regular masteries, this is pretty much it. Double checking, make sure this is the poison one. Yep. I really wish they'd do something about masteries to make it, just faster. Either switch between a couple different setups or selective removal. Since I only needed to remove the 3 points I had and the bleed one that time, I mean, think how many units it would save you if you could just remove like 3 specific points. But it is what it is. No use crying about it. So here we go into this fight. Like I said, it's the void on node 18. It's got that physical resistance, so my damage is reduced. He's also incinerate immune, so when I get to an SP3, I won't get that nice big incinerate damage going on him. And you saw my slip up there, so now I'm just trying to fight him as fast as possible to get these debuffs on me. But I can't go so fast that, I mess up and get another debuff on me. I was trying to time the timer so I could, purify the one debuff, and I just ate it. That was pretty bad. That was really bad. But it is what it is. You can see the way I evade the SP1 is I'll just block it, dash in, and then block again. This takes care of the stubborn global node, and other than that, it makes it pretty easy. I think Captain Marvel movie would have been fine for this fight too, but the boss man said to use rulk, so I used rulk. Up next in section 2 is node 35, I think it is. It's the stunning reflect, one eye open node with Emma. It's really not that big of a deal on this with Captain Marvel movie. Pretty much just going to try to get to binary, and then that'll be pretty much it. There we go. Can't use the SP2 because the SP2 can stun. And, well, stunning reflect. I could throw it here, but it's just better not to. Because if you do get the stunning reflect, or you do forget about the one eye open, where if you hit them while they're stunned, they will send all that damage back to you, then that wouldn't be too good. And for all I know, it's bugged, and it could send the entire SP2 damage back at me. So, just don't do it. And that's the end of the fight. Pretty easy. And that's all I have for section 2. Someone else took out the thing on the next fight. Bryn, I believe it was. Yeah, he omegaed it. He's a very good player. And so now we're on node 49, hazard shift. Same fight you've seen me do a lot this season. Going in with rulk. Captain Marvel movies, whenever it's in binaries, attacks are unblockable, and Nova takes less damage from unblockable attacks. I do know that about him. And so you go with rulk. He's perfectly safe. You can see me with a few intercepts. I'm not really trying for the intercepts. It's more like, hey, here's an intercept. I'll take it. So I'm just trying to bait, and I'm like, oh, dang it. So he just catches me a few times. Now I'm in the corner, and I'm like, crud. I really need to get out of this. And then he throws that SP1, and I'm like, all right, now I can get a little bit of spacing. Come on. Throw it. There we go. I just block it this time instead of trying to evade him. Like, all right, I'm already getting kind of lower on health. This fight's almost in the bag. I just need to get it down. But I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with myself. So I'm like, all right, bait the SP1, then throw the SP3, and we can pretty much wrap this fight up. Rulk is just really good for this node for I think pretty much everything except for Killmonger and Nick Fury. He just is a beast. He's really underrated by a lot of people. You can see there, I was slow on the heavy evade, so I triggered stubborn, so I lost some of my incinerate damage, but it's alright. He's almost dead. This war we finished with 1 death, so we're still really good. It's been a really good season overall for not just our BG, but for the entirety of 4 Loki. Just really impressive with the extremely low death counts. But that's it for this war. Y'all have a good one.